Right, good morning everybody. It's Sunday morning, 7:30 a.m. here in Buriram, Thailand, and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Back on the coffee. Right guys, I was going to have a day off today, but I woke up at 6 o'clock and I just thought, I miss my routine and I want to get back over to the local lake. I find it very peaceful here and relaxing, and it's a nice routine that I'm in, so why the hell not? So I've come over today and I'm going to share a story from a guy who has confessed he is addicted to bar girls. Now, one thing I have noticed that's quite common is guys who have been married for quite a while back in the West, had a rough marriage, they get divorced, and for some reason they decide to come over to Thailand. And that is what this subscriber has done back in 2016 at 35 years of age. As we always say, what could possibly go wrong? So let's begin with today's Thailand story. Hi Dan, I have been a follower of your channel since it first appeared, and I feel I owe it to you to write about my first trip to Thailand in 2016 when I was 35 years of age. Now, writing does not come easy to me, so I had a friend who went to college read over and correct all my mistakes to make it easier for you to read out. Cheers. I'll keep the background info short so that your listeners do not get bored. I am from Bury St Edmunds in England and left school at 16 years of age. Like many wasters my age, I got married far too early. It was okay at first, but after the birth of my first kid, my wife morphed into a household tyrant like one of them Japanese yakuzas. By the time the second kid come along, she had already turned into a fully fledged howling monster. She was always nagging for a bigger house with a bigger garden, a bigger car, and wanted to work my butt off around the clock, doing all the overtime that I could get. I went along with it at first, but it started to take its toll on my physical and mental health. I had no choice but to divorce and move out and find a less stressful job. I lived for the weekends when my lovely kids came to visit. I am not a big drinker, and nothing bored me more than being with the boys down the boozer, talking about football and the single mums that they had bedded. One day, my best friend from school days asked if I wanted to join him for a trip to Thailand. To be honest, I'm not a great traveller, but he soon persuaded me with tales he had been told about all the beautiful Thai women who would go with anybody provided that they did not smell. I had done a couple of flings with factory rejects, women desperately looking for a stepdad for their horrid brats or a baby before it was too late, but I had no intention of bringing up someone else's damaged goods. We found a very reasonable package deal online for 2 nights in Bangkok, then 8 days in Phuket. I couldn't wait to go. Getting off the plane late afternoon and being hit by that waft of sweet-smelling hot air was a great introduction to our adventure. You knew you were in a new land far from home. Despite all the warnings we had been given, we got an overpriced taxi to our hotel. Our second newbie mistake was hitting Pat Pong and allowing ourselves to get talked into a ping pong ball show in one of those upstairs bars. It was far too seedy and pushy for us, and we split after only 20 minutes. Our beers came to 900 baht each. It was pay or fight our way out, and we are both black belts in karate. But we're too jet lagged to put up any resistance. We then jumped into a taxi to Soy Cowboy, which was fun. Every bar we went into, girls come and sit with us, but we never took anyone. After sleeping most of the following day, we hit Nana Plaza. Early evening, around 8 o'clock. The energy and vitality of the place was just amazing. I had never been anywhere like it before. So, we went into a downstairs bar at the back, just to make sure that everything I had heard was true. We asked the waitress if we could take these girls out, and she said, of course. It's a go-go bar. It was only then that we noticed that the girls were far taller than the ones we had seen at Soy Cowboy, and it suddenly dawned on us that these were not real girls. We left hurriedly and a bit embarrassed and found a lively bar on the upstairs floor with real ladies. It was here that it happened. I was glancing at a girl on stage when she busted me and pointed to herself as they do. When she finished her set, she came to sit with me and asked for a lady drink. To be honest, she was not the most attractive dancer in the joint, but spoke good English and had a certain je ne sais quoi, as the French say. She noticed my friend was on his own, so called over a friend of hers, who quite frankly was the least attractive girl in the house, but my friend, being the faithful wingman he was, went along with it after initially recoiling in disgust. Time passed by fast, and we ended up paying bar fines for both of them. The bar fine was 1,500 baht, which sounded a bit steep, but at the time we just didn't care. My wingman seemed to have changed his mind about his one because he had his tongue down her throat in the elevator up to the room. We parted ways, and what followed was the best session of my life, if you know what I mean. Instead of just going to sleep after, we stayed up another couple of hours just talking about ourselves, which was a mistake because it created a connection which wasn't there before. I woke up before her in the morning, and as I gazed at her long black hair lying so peacefully like an angel, I couldn't help thinking how kind fate had been to me in bringing her in to my life. Now, she was really upset when I said we were off to Phuket, so couldn't go to her bar tonight. She stopped short of sobbing, but her emotions seemed genuine as far as I could tell. I struggled to hold back a tear myself. I had never felt this way about anyone before. She had put a spell on me, and I was smitten. I could not stop thinking about her on the flight to Phuket, and if I hadn't been with my friend, I'd have returned to Bangkok during our Phuket stay. Now, Phuket was great fun, but a different scene, centering on hundreds of bar beers and freelancers in nightclubs. The fewer go-go bars I found were low-energy, boring joints with unattractive ladies, mainly well past their sell-by date. Now, the following year I returned to Bangkok alone. The first thing that I did was go to my girl's bar, but she was nowhere to be seen. Nobody had even heard of her until a mama-san was found, who informed me that she had gone back up north. I don't know if I was disappointed or relieved, but kinda pleased she had quit the sordid nightlife. Now, I have been back to Thailand every year since then, except during the pandemic, when I actually managed to get to Tunisia for a beach holiday. I was amazed to discover how easy it was to meet young local Arab girls in shopping malls and fast food restaurants that were more than happy to go to my hotel. However, you do need to speak a bit of French though. The only real difference from Thailand was that they did not work in bars and were far less crazy. Most said they were students. I am now a confirmed bar girl addict, but never go with the same girl more than once. There are just too many other beauties to try. There is no doubt that bar girls enhance a man's ego and quality of life, even if only for a short time. You go home to your own country a foot taller with a warm glow. Now personally, I see bar girls as neither good nor bad, and try not to generalise. There is no such thing as a special girl. If she really was special, she would be so popular that she would not have time to hang with a waster like me. Once you can distance yourself from your own emotions and testosterone, you can see bar girls as neither good nor bad, but a product of their cultural environment. It should be their brother's job to take care for the family, but Thai men up north are so goddamn lazy that the burden falls on their sisters, who are left with very few options given their low status and lack of education. It's the women's fault for letting them get away with it, but what can we do? As soon as they hit the bars in the big tourist areas, they are soon corrupted by the other girls. They see nothing wrong in stringing along multiple phalanges and getting them to support them financially with false promises. Just like Nat in the excellent cartoon series, they will not remain young and desirable for long, so have to do the best they can while the going is good. It is just life in poor countries. I have no doubt the same is true in poor countries all over the world. The only difference being that those countries do not have the same tourist infrastructure that Thailand has. No Phalang in his right mind will want to spend a precious vacation in Uganda or Venezuela when they can enjoy a safe and rewarding time in Thailand. Enough said. Well, first of all, it's nice to hear a story from a subscriber who has not been scammed. He didn't have a happy marriage. He had a couple of kids. He managed to get out of that marriage and managed to come to Thailand for his holidays to enjoy himself, and he decided to enjoy himself with bar girls, and he learned very, very quickly not to stay with one for too long, as you can develop emotions, and when you develop emotions, that's where you can get conned and hustled, and that's when your money starts to get parted from you in a big way. So this guy seems to have learned very, very quickly how to enjoy himself in the land of smiles.
Life is good, but it can be better.
So guys, let us know what you think about this story down in the comments below. And are you addicted to bar girls in Thailand also? And are you a guy who's similar to this subscriber who doesn't get scammed and knows how to play the game? If so, put your comments down below. Right, in regards to myself guys, just a quick update. I am feeling on top of the world. It's so nice when you've been so sick. you know, and everything that I went through and how bad I felt to feel the way that I do now, to be able to get up early in the morning, have a nice routine and get out and about and make videos in the outdoors with the fresh air. It's just absolutely wonderful. And hopefully very, very soon, within the next month or so, I will be making videos on the beach and around Hua Hin. I'm sure there's lots of places I can go to, and there's a lot of things that I can show you guys in a place like that, which is much more interesting for people to see. So I am looking forward to a new life. It's going to be very different from living in Isan for so long in the countryside. I will miss it, and I will come back here to Buriram quite often, more than likely, but I'm hoping that we all enjoy it, especially William down in Hua Hin. I'm sure he's going to love going to the beach and looking for shells and stuff like that. He loves little animals and stuff. He loves fish. So it's going to be quite exciting for him, and I think it'll be a much better life also. Anyway guys, enough about me. If you want to share your own story on the channel, then please, please, please do so, as every day now at present I'm making a new video, so I will run out of stories very soon. So guys, please feel free to share your story with everyone on the channel. Just send an email to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com. It's almost high season. I'm sure a lot of you guys are ready to come out to Thailand and have your own adventure, and hopefully you won't be sending me a horror story anytime soon. Guys, I'm more than happy for you to send me a nice story where you've enjoyed your holiday. You can share your own experiences with everybody. It doesn't always have to be negative and a bad story. As long as it's honest and true, I'm happy to share it on the channel. Apart from that guys, I wish everybody well. I wish everybody the best of luck. I hope you enjoy your Sunday. Today supposed to be a day of rest. I'm going to relax here and probably enjoy the birds singing and do a little bit of video editing, as it's much easier to do it here than back home. Cheers and ciao for now. Bye bye.